After a tough week, what statement did you feel like your team made today?
I'm just so proud of this group. That was a tough 13-day stretch between our opponents, the weather, the delays, rainouts, doubleheader. Seemed like whenever we got punched in the mouth, we came right back, and that's who this group is. That was a team win today. Jonesy off the bench with 3 hits. Just different guys coming through. Bullpen was outstanding and lights out again. Kolby giving us 4 great innings. Just a great team win. I think it speaks to the resilience of our group, and it's nice to end the 13 days on a high note like that.
What did you feel like Kolby did so well to get you guys off on the right?
He pitched. Kolby pitches. Hedgie called a great game for him. I think it's probably one of the most fun games Hedgie has to call. Kolby 4 or 5 pitches where he can put them where he wants, but he kept them in between. Got swing and miss, got weak contact. I know they got the 2 runs off of him there in the 4th, but man, for not pitching for a week and then coming out and giving us 4 solid innings gave us a chance to win.
About what Angel was able to do in that spot as a young guy, not letting the moment too big.
Yeah, Angel's been continuing to get big hits. Had a few in Detroit all year. He does the moment's not too big for Angel. He's got a slow heartbeat for the little bit amount of big league time that he has, and just couldn't be more proud of him to come through in that moment.
What can you say about his defense as well today?
Yeah, I thought we played really well on defense, but the throw, he just continues to know where to go with the ball, and he's accurate. It's a strong, accurate arm, and whether it's center field, second base, Angel just continues to play really well.
Do you have an update on Stephen?
Oh yeah, Kwani. So he had some wrist discomfort, and so we just didn't want to take any chances. He kind of felt it on his swing, and we get 48 hours till our next game. We felt like it was the right call to just get him out of there, but he should be good to go on Friday.
You talked about Jose running it out hard, I think last night or one of these nights, but then Santana's been dealing with a hamstring. Just what does that say about your team when he's running that ball out, knowing that he's a little banged up?
Yep, these guys want to win. These guys want to win, and they know how to play winning baseball, and that's what makes me so proud to be a part of it. And we run hard 90s. We take the extra base, and sometimes you get thrown out because of it. So what? We're going to continue to put pressure and be aggressive.
Did you get any word on how Ciccone came out his pen and map out the rotation?
Yeah, it'll be Luis, Slade, and Gavin over the weekend.
Was Thomas
Available or
No.
it's on? Okay.
No, we want to make sure that we get through this off day, find out exactly how severe this is and what the next course of action. So he probably could have, but I said no. We didn't want to risk some bigger injury.
And did Bo have a full day off too?
No, he was available.
In those situations where Austin came up there late with the bases loaded, what was your thought process there?
Austin's a good hitter. Austin's on our team. He's part of our team, and there's times where we pinch hit, there's times where we don't. And, I have full faith in Austin to come through in these situations, and the pitchers got him today.
Jose has been especially productive from the right side of the plate. Of course, he's always productive. But have you seen anything notable in terms of just that side?
No, Jose's one of the best hitters in the world. Righty Jose is the best hitter in the world. So it's not surprising when he's hitting right-handed.
Any butterflies starting? I know you've started before, but just what was going through your heart as this game kind of got started?
I wouldn't say butterflies. I think, everything I've been through kind of over the last 6, 7, 8 years, I think has kind of just all in all kind of set me up for moments like this, and I think I was just, pretty calm, cool, and collected and kind of just going out there and trying to, put up as many zeros as we could put up today.
When did they tell you you were going to start, Cole?
Last night.
It seemed like you were kicking around a lot of different scenarios, but they just came over and told you you're starting, right?
Yeah. They just, Stephen let me know last night.
What do you feel like worked well for you today?
I think just getting ahead, staying on the attack. I think where there's been times in the past where, I'll nibble a little bit, and I think that's just kind of, put me in a disadvantage, from the get. And I think just kind of going out there and using all 4 or 5 pitches and using them in the zone and getting ahead of guys. And I think that's kind of just the mentality I'm going to kind of continue to try to take moving forward.
You talk about mentalities. Just you've been here a little while, but what does a win like this tell not only you guys but everybody, the other team in this league?
Yeah, I think just how we respond to adversity around here is just very impressive. I think we got our teeth kicked in a little bit in the first 2 games, and just the resiliency in that clubhouse. You got a bunch of, hungry dudes that are trying to go out there and, continue to keep their head down and grind. And I think it just kind of continued to show again today.
Vogt talked about Hedges really enjoying calling your games. What's been your relationship with Hedges so far working with him?
Yeah, Hedgie's been awesome. Bo as well, but I think he just does a really good job of, there's a fine line between just, almost obsessing over scouting reports and also feeling the game, trusting your eyes. And I think that's something that me and him have connected on a little bit, trusting our eyes and kind of trusting our feel a little bit. So I think, he's done a very good job doing that. And I think, I was just kind of rolling with him.
How do you handle the top 3 or 4 hitters in that lineup?
Yeah, obviously it's a very good ball club over there, a lot of very good players, but at the same time, I think the mentality of just if they're left-handed or right-handed and kind of just going at them with your best stuff, not necessarily looking at the name on the back of the jersey and just kind of going right at them. And that was kind of the mentality I was taking.
I know when you're in that spot in the 8th inning, just what's going through your mind and what's your process at the plate?
Es un turno igual que todos los otros, tú sabes, yo trato de enfocarme y como yo siempre he dicho, ponerme en la mejor posición para ayudar al equipo a ganar. Entonces, esa es una situación donde, por supuesto, hay que ayudar al equipo y gracias a Dios puedo hacer el trabajo.
I mean, I just take it like any other AB. I try to give the same importance to all of them because always my mindset is put yourself in the position where you can help the team. So in that AB, I think that was the mindset, and I was lucky we got the result.
I feel like you've gotten more comfortable offensively as your second season up here and as the season has gone on compared to last year?
Para serte sincero, no. Tú sabes que siempre, todos los años va a haber algo nuevo que aprender. Obviamente la liga te va a hacer ajustes, hay la mejor liga, uno va a competir todos los días. Yo creo que por el trabajo que yo pongo en el off-season me da la confianza de no sentirme ni menos cómodo ni más cómodo, sino siempre con la misma consistencia.
To be honest, you don't feel any more comfortable. I feel like the league keeps making the adjustments to you, and they know how to pitch you. They face you in a way. For me, a little bit the confidence comes from the preparation, the off season. So knowing that I put out the work and that I know what I can do in those moments, I feel that's where a little bit with the comfort comes from.
I guess put up multiple big innings late in games over the last month or so. Just you got that run in the 7th. Did the chatter in the dugout change? Does anything change late in the game, or is that you just keep working at what you're working at to produce those innings?
Por eso es que cada turno es importante y por eso es que cada picheo uno tiene que estar atento, prestando la atención al juego, para cuando llegue en esa situación el juego no se te acelere y tú estés en la mejor posición de ayudar al equipo y hacer el trabajo.
I feel that's what is important, to pay attention to every single pitch and every AB that you see throughout the game, not only the last ones, because in those moments you want to make sure that the game is not speeding up to you and you know what they're trying to attack you, so you have a better idea what to do on the plate.
Angel, it's your first career home run right-handed in the big leagues. How has your right-handed swing been feeling, and what do you learn from a guy like Jose Ramirez and Carlos Santana as a switch hitter?
Mucho, de verdad que mucho. Es un privilegio para mí yo tener la oportunidad de ver cómo ellos se preparan día tras día, de los consejos que ellos me dan, cómo atacarlo, que ellos están viendo en mí. Y ellos me dan la oportunidad de acercarme con ellos y todos los días hablar con ellos y dejarme aprender. En verdad es un privilegio para mí y un poquito incómodo porque no suelo coger tanto turno a la derecha. Entonces verdaderamente no trato de buscar poder, solo trato de poner mi mejor swing, pero gracias a Dios tuve un buen resultado.
I feel it's a privilege to be able to prepare and see them on a daily basis. Not only seeing how they play the game, but also how they prepare, how they go about their routines. And most importantly, that they allow me to be close to them and ask them questions, and at the same time they motivate me and they help me a little bit when they see things during the game that has helped me a lot, especially hitting both sides. And on the right side is a little difficult for me because I don't see as many pitches as I would like to, so I always have to keep my swing a little bit simple and not look for power in a way, so just try to put the ball in play. So very lucky that today we got the result we got.
Now, when you made the move from infield to the outfield, what did you have to change with your throwing motion, and how difficult was that to, change your throw from an infielder's throw to an outfielder's throw?
Mucho el trabajo, el que yo he puesto día tras día desde los seasons, desde que se me dijo que iba a estar jugando las dos posiciones. Solo que en el outfield, como el tiro es un poquito más largo, por mi ángulo de brazo, tengo que saber más o menos en qué dirección yo le doy a la pelota para que no se me muera mucho, no se me vaya, pero por el trabajo que he venido poniendo se me ha hecho fácil.
I think it was a lot of work to get to that point. Once they told me I was going to be, how to play in both positions. So it took some work to understand my arm path and what it did in the, transferring from the infield to the outfield. And in a way, the practice has allowed me to understand what my arm does and what type of profile and movement it makes when I throw long distance like that. So at this point, I'm already comfortable and I know what my throws are going to make based on where I am on the field.
Do you feel teams are challenging you when you're in center field because you're relatively new to the position and you're kind of an infielder that moved out to the outfield?
En verdad no sé qué ellos estén pensando, yo lo que estoy ready para cuando las situaciones pasen y gracias a mucho buen trabajo.
I mean, I don't know what they're thinking in those moments, but in reality, I'm always ready in those situations to try to make my best throw, and we've been able to get some guys out, thankfully.